Hey guys, and welcome back to another Hard Rock Knocks review. The evolution of mobile gaming is actually quite fascinating. While the medium of physical device changed, the association of light gaming while you're on the go remained the same. That's, some Angry Birds here, play some Sudoku there, and you get the idea. But this idea of mobile gaming is being challenged by Razer, that is bringing together of mobility with performance. So you guys are looking at the Razer Edge, the most powerful tablet in the world. Now, this isn't product for casual gamers. The hefty price tag of the tablet alone puts it in a sort of a luxury category. So spending $1,000 on the basic version of the Edge is not for everyone's pocket. Let alone the Edge Pro, which we have here, will set you back close to $1,500, plus all the optional accessories that will add up to the bill. For example, the gamepad controller costs $250, the docking station is another $100, plus any extra batteries that you might want to get is $70 a piece. Also, a keyboard dock is going to be released soon. So already, if you're planning on using the Edge with its intended purpose, you're looking at pricing competitive to that of some really good gaming notebooks. So pricing is definitely going to be a breaking point, and the Razer Edge actually may not have that edge when it comes to spec versus spec competition. Now, comparing the Razer Edge versus the Pro Edition, you can see why such drastic pricing differences exist. You get a more powerful processor, an additional gig of VRAM for that powerful GeForce 640 MLE, and double the system memory, but the most important upgrade is the SSD. Now, I do wonder why Razer opted for only a 64GB SSD on the basic version, as that leaves practically no room for any of your games. Now let's take a look at the Edge Pro. Now this is a 10.1 inch IPS touch display with a resolution of 1366 by 768. Now I personally don't mind such a resolution at this size, especially for intense gaming, as it allows me to crank up all the other settings. But keep in mind, this is a Windows 8 computer crammed into this package, so it's a little beefier than your conventional tablets, so it's not the most comfortable experience using the tablet on its own. At the top of the Edge, we get the power button and the volume rocker, rotation lock, and a dedicated keyboard button. We also have a USB 3 port and a microphone/headphone jack combo. I still would have preferred dual jack so I can plug in my gaming headset, but one thing to note is that when the gamepad is installed, some headphone jacks won't fit due to limited clearance. Also notice the large exhaust slots that really do a good job of keeping the Edge cool during intense gaming. Now, I also noticed a slight play on the exterior cover near the GPU exhaust. This is a review unit, so it has been passed around, so it is used, but seeing this happen is a bit alarming, as this is caused by the heat. At the bottom we find speakers and a charging/docking port. Now the charger doesn't actually clip in place, but instead simply slides in and can just as easily pop out. Now for a product of this caliber, I would have expected a bit more attention to detail with regards to this charger. Now the Windows button is located in the middle for landscape mode, pretty standard, and using the Edge in portrait mode for online articles is also an option. And lastly, we have a 2-megapixel front-facing camera with built-in microphones. But of course, the Edge wasn't designed for reading, so how does it handle proper gaming? Well, before getting to that, let's check out the gamepad dock. This is where the Edge gets interesting, because it turns this Windows 8 tablet into a powerhouse of a mobile console. Now each handle features all the same controls as found on console joysticks, and of course having the tablet sit right in the middle helps with comfortable holding position. So when it comes down to handling, simply resting it on your lap would suffice, and all the heat is exhausted away from you. Now you can insert an extra battery into the gamepad controller to just prolong your use, but this also adds some weight, so with the extra battery, the entire package weighs about 4 pounds. Now what's cool is that the optional battery installed inside the gamepad controller gets used up first, so you can continue working with the Razer Edge after the gaming session. And same goes for charging. It first charges the tablet itself and then transfers onto the extra battery. So I've gotten a little over 3 hours of gaming with both batteries fully charged. This is on high performance mode, so you're looking at an extra hour of charge with the additional 2800 mAh battery. Now you can also enable vibration on the gamepad controller, which is really awesome and makes you feel right in the action, but I was quite disappointed at the quality of the buttons for your point finger. They don't have good feedback and are very flimsy, which is not at all what I was expecting for a $250 product. Also, given this is sort of the selling point of the Edge, I really wish Razer would make the buttons a lot sturdier. Now the gamepad works like it should with big picture mode on Steam and obviously for all the supported games, but there's no other integration in Windows 8. Now also a cool thing is the various input keyboard layouts that are available. First we have the standard. I'd say they are a little oversized and take up a little too much real estate on the screen. Then we have the full keyboard layout with the numpad, and also this handwriting option that detects what you're writing. Not very useful, but it's there regardless. But of course, gaming on this thing is actually quite interesting. I think I pulled over 10 hours on Grid alone, of course with everything maxed out. Graphic intensive games like Metro 2033 ran quite smooth with a little optimization. Now personally I'm not a big fan and not comfortable using the joysticks for FPS shooters, so there's really nothing like using a mouse and keyboard for perfect aiming. So that's where the docking station comes in with 3 USB 2 ports, HDMI out, headphone and microphone jack, and a charging port. The Edge simply is placed on the docking station. Again, we have no clips here. This is for easy pick up and go situations, but I still have preferred a more secure docking mechanism. Now playing some Max Payne 3 and Metro 2033, everything's set to normal. You get really acceptable frame rates. It's just not really comfortable looking down at this 10-inch screen, so that's why we have the HDMI port on the docking station. Connecting this to a larger screen and you have yourself a very powerful and capable computer. Unfortunately, the HDMI cable is not included. So the Razer Edge, formerly known as Project Fiona a little less than a year ago, has come to life with a great list of features and capabilities. Gamers now can truly take their game wherever they go because the package is so small. Now this being the most powerful tablet at the time of this review make this a unique and an attractive product, especially with the gamepad controller that really brings console type gaming to the next level. But we also have to consider the non-practical aspects of the Razer Edge, starting with the tablet itself. You really have to either get the docking station or the gamepad, otherwise it's just a thick tablet. Which brings me to the next critique, and that's the price. Starting at $1,000 for the i5 version, 4 gigs of RAM and a 64GB SSD, it simply cannot compete to similarly priced notebooks. Now you are paying a lot for the gamepad, which can hold an extra battery and really provide a unique experience, but we also have to talk about price here, and that $250 is a lot of money for a required accessory. Given the gamepad controller was included in the price, that's another story, but otherwise this makes the Razer Edge more of a luxury item than anything else. It certainly is an interesting and an innovative product, but given mobility is not a priority for most gamers, the Razer Edge actually may not have that edge to lure its customers. But it still deserves the Hardware Canucks Damn Innovative Award. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.